moment of your time, Commander.
This fatal attraction. This fatal attraction.
The following song has been determined to facilitate abstract thinking and constructive rumination.
It means your proof is ended.
Not the most hospitable climate. Keep an eye on your fingers and toes.
I find your proposed time leisure unaccountably so.
But going any faster grossly increases the threat of collapse. Burying us beneath the snow benefits no one.
So long as we are operating within the statistical parameters given to us. I see option.
Oh, hello. Please don't take me on a co-tangent.
You know, don't bother conversating unless you're prepared to cite your sources.
Get to the point and do not vacillate.
Love. Happy to chat for 0.07 seconds. Okay, time's up. Bye.
Lovely day for differential geometry.
Verify your data. Send in your proof. Don't wait for this.
Have you at least determined the cause of the element?
You've dotted your eyes. The only thing left is publicized. Quickly elucidate and demonstrate. Get to the point and do not vacillate.
These temporary indignities of the body are nothing contrasted to the Order's future. Hold. We're presently observing a ceasefire with Auntie's choice, but its duration may be subject to sudden reversal. Would hate for you to get caught in any crossfire. Gathering data on the enemy's movements and behavior. Blizzards raise the degree of difficulty, but that's our problem, not yours.
Get to the point and do not vacillate.
Cloister has been a difficult front, and losing the archive, first to the invaders and now to the Protectorate, has made it even more painful. Never mind the rifts. If you're looking for a way to help us out, I recommend heading to Laplace's garden. Follow this path and you can't miss it. Avalanche collapsed part of the tunnel to the garden, so the safest path is along the cliffside here. Mind your step.
I still think approaching the Order is best. They at least try to base their beliefs on logic. And allying with them could increase our chances of success.
To consider them simply as adversaries is intellectually lazy. They are a subjugated population, incurious, cognitively atrophied. What horror.
Can't talk. Calculating an inverse complex sine
You have
function
a
in my head.
very non-scholarly look about you.
Held in professional ways, they pacify their subjects. Correction.
Yeah.
They stupefy them with depressive pharmaceutics and relentless propaganda. Unlike us. Our sum is greater than our parts. We collaborate with unforced enthusiasm for scientism, and of course, to criticism of our theses at peer review. Our estranged colleagues, meanwhile, pit neighbor against neighbor, holding one another for nothing more egregious than independent thought. Of this, we have ample evidence. Protectorate rank and file have washed upon our shores sputtering testimonials of so-called mental refreshment, a process wherein citizenry undergo chemical thought suppression. In a praetor fortress dedicated to this insidious purpose, they emerge more intellectually docile than when they entered, perfect protectorate subjects. Such deplorable practices have spurred some to action. The Protectorate Support Group on Free Market Station seeks to rehabilitate the mentally refreshed. Free Market Station is hosting a training group to help ex-Protectorate subjects think for themselves. Make them productive members of...
I have too much on my mind for idle conversation.
Test your hypothesis elsewhere.
Replace the empty promise of the paradigm with the verifiable veracity of the universal equation.
That is all for now. Until next time, keep hail and mind your calculations. Unlike parallel lines, I hope someday we'll meet.
Continuing as predetermined. And now a song from a composer predicted to have 3 well-liked melodies and become allergic to water this year.
Test it somewhere else. Stop the funny business. Stop that scrounging around.
Heard that rip? Halt! The Oracle Laureate sent ahead to expect someone matching your description. However, he said nothing about admitting questionable allies. Cultist. Agitators are not permitted inside Laplace's garden. Your companion will have to wait outside.
How'd you like to find your insides waiting outside?
I find that an improbable outcome were we to engage in violent conflict. The Oracle Laureate is our foremost seer, excluding the presiding bishop herself. He oversees the Department of Predictive Analysis, and in so doing keeps the Order on course. Indubitably, Laureate Beckett said to accommodate you as best as possible, but rules are rules. Is this some kind of test? No participants or observants are permitted to discuss Laplace's garden outside its boundaries. You'll discover all you need once inside, after ridding yourself of your problematic auxiliary, of course. Was there ambiguity in my previous warning? This is your last warning. If you attempt to gain entry with potential troublemakers in tow, we will have no choice but to fire upon them. And you.
Hey, stun weapon ready, Commander.
Continuing fire. Proceeding forward.
Prepare for profundity. The moment
Passenger to Floyd.
Another installment of Ask Vicar with Vicar Makes Vicar.
Commander, don't make me
They're warping of the
Commander,
matriarch's vision.
if I know one thing for certain, murdering members of the Order isn't my role within the grand plan.
We parted ways with the Protectorate just as Auntie's choice began their invasion. An invasion.
Did you just half apologize for killing my colleagues? Look, let me make myself clear here. If we attack the Order again, I go. Order traitors, fine. The rest, I leave. For good.
Anticipating
Threat
trouble.
of corporate incursion, while his consul increased the
Use
power
contact
Mobilizing.
established.
into ideological submission, without the guidance of the plan and a mutual. We did not abandon them. They abandoned the plan. If you're feeling anxious about what's next, just wait. Things to come have a way of constantly happening. The future is colliding with the present every moment.
This popular number has been conclusively proven to promote cognitive function.
Probability and the grand plan. There can be no discussion of the grand plan without also entertaining the contemplation of probability. Our ability to predict events to varying degrees of certainty is fundamentally rooted in statistical mathematics. Statistics, at its heart, is not but data. Data that is gathered, collated, and subjected to analysis. But what is the role of chance in that analysis? Let's look at the interpretation of pure chance. If one flips a perfectly balanced coin, it will land on heads with a 1 in 2 chance, or tails with a 1 in 2 chance. But are there really 2 outcomes? Is there not one specific outcome we can determine? Yes. With complete information, there can be no chance, only outcome. Complete information yields perfect predictions, 100% accuracy, no outcomes. Now we come to one of the most difficult concepts in the Order for initiates to grasp. If the result of the flip of a coin is known to be heads, is it necessary to flip the coin? Would it not be more efficient to simply go forward as if it had been flipped, and proceed with whatever action that flip was intended to choose? If so, what part of that choice was ever left to chance? The answer, of course, is none. Only when there is less than complete information are we reduced to chance. At present, we do not have complete information. Instead, we are still forced to deal in probabilities, expected values, and standard deviations, which lead to
Agent, I have a message for you.
Probability distributions.
Oh,
By necessity, we are forced to
I was not expecting you to be in the company of a cultist.
A cultist and her extremely sharp knife. Shall I introduce you?
No, that won't be necessary. Where was I? Oh, yes, I remember now. On behalf of the Order of the Ascendant and her impermeable wisdom, the presiding bishop Ruth Bassar, welcome to Laplace's garden. The presiding bishop is presently indisposed, but I've been instructed to direct you to the Artificer Laureate for whatever pressing matter has brought you to the garden. She's working in Belvedere Hall's secondary courtyard. Enter the large building at the top of the mesa ahead and follow the first hall on your right. Oh, yes. The vicar did ask me to direct you to him. How positively forgetful of me. He should be waiting for you in Belvedere Hall's main courtyard at the top of the stairs.
And you too can say you contributed.
The Artificer Laureate is head of the Department of Applied Scientism, overseeing the exemplars, or craftsmen, of our order. Weapons and technology all fall under her purview. Oh no, not at all. The presiding bishop routinely spends time in a sensory deprivation chamber to hone her mental faculties. Of course, she does seem to be logging more hours in the chamber of late, but I'm certain that's all part of the plan. The rest of the Laureate Council is capable of managing affairs while the presiding bishop is occupied. Really, it's no reason for concern. Nothing in the garden is. May all your problems precede solutions.
Unlock humanity's true potential. In due course, in due time.
Is it just me? Or does something seem... Oh, never mind.
Consistency of playlists is gone. Now for a new song.
You appear to present a low probability of risk. Please don't invalidate my calculation.
You went to school and studied, then matriculated. There's no need to...
I'm cutting you off there, Charles. That's your third conviction today. People will start to worry.
A scientician surplus. No more than what you need.
Welcome to the Scientician Surplus. I am the scientician in question. Any inquiries about the stock may be directed to me. Please peruse with discernment.
No need for fear. The concept isn't very scary. Complexity is partially imaginary. Very wary. We have tools to tame high-order equations. They are useful in problematic occasions. You can take the formula's derivative, or use square roots of numbers that are negative. Complexity is partially imaginary. The concept isn't very scary. Handle it if you stay very wary, calculating the center of gravity of a shape possessing concavity. need for fear. The concept isn't very scary. Complexity is partially imaginary. You can handle it if you stay very wary. Complexity is partially
This time on Notable Locations of Scientific Inquiry, we cogitate on the past as well as the future, in a sanctuary devoted to time and space. A feast for your occipital lobe and optic nerve. One of the most stunning order-made structures across the entire Arcadia system. Prepare to sense the sensational as we draw your feelings of awe to the Alexandra Monastery at Matriarch's Mercy in Golden Ridge. Set next to a colossal sculpture of the matriarch carved into a pyramidal peak, this shrine to she who ushered us to the stars comes complete with its own observatory. A feat of aesthetics only surpassed by its vast operational importance in respect to cosmological data collection and subsequent rumination. The observatory processes a wealth of information gathered by its giant ocular telescope. The site also has a front-facing portion to admit dewy-eyed laypeople seeking edification and enrichment about our learnings and ways. And those are just a few of the 36.7 qualitatively valid reasons why Alexandra Monastery counts among our notable locations of scientific inquiry. Stand by for further stimulating content. Warning, the following song mentions some actions that are improper, something your fractions should never be.
Generating primes, techniques, and uses. Good day and welcome again to Advanced Abstract Algebraics, Section 4, Session 43. Please continue to enjoy the background music, which I have selected today based on its arithmetic-based harmonic progressions. My name is Edmund Vandersmythe, and I am the Senior Tenured Laureate of the Tertiary Adjunct School of Numenistics for the Order of the Ascendant. Today's lecture will focus on the generation of prime numbers, techniques, and uses thereof. I know. Prime numbers? Why so simplistic? Well, consider this a basic refresher course in remedial numenistics.
You are here for a reason?
Those new.
Of course you would.
I will start by explaining what a prime number is, despite the fact that you should have learned that definition decades ago while still in diapers. But no matter. I have been called many things, and repetitious is one of them. I have also been called redundant several times, and once I was called reiterative, if you can believe that. So, prime numbers. What are they? The simplest definition is this. Given the set of natural numbers greater than 1, let's call that set n2, then a prime is any number in the set n2 that is not itself a product of two other numbers in the set n2. A simple definition. Elegant, even. Uplifting. Almost ascendant, you could say. But not redundant. Side note, I am frequently asked, why isn't 1 a prime
Smart
number?
researchers patronize the scientician's surplus. Quality goods at
The operating theater is not conducting viewing dissections at this time. That is not an invitation to return to your study and perform exploratory surgery on yourself or a willing volunteer, just to be clear.
Why would we want to find and use prime numbers?
Evidently. Seeing as you do not appear to be a resident of the garden, however, I will have to charge you. You should notice an immediate improvement. Is there anything else I can assist you with?
In fact, our archive uses primes for that reason and many more. The archive
That is best answered through observation. Here, have a look.
System of data bricks, as well as using prime numbers in the process of checking its memory stores for corruption, lest its calculations be tainted by such. But if you strive to become a numenistics researcher, there are several open questions in the area of prime number study. One such question is this: is every even member of the set N2 besides 2 a sum of 2 primes? It seems to be so, but no one has ever proven this conjecture. Similarly, are there an infinite number of prime pairs that differ by only 2 in their value? That seems unlikely, but we have been unable to find an upper limit. Perhaps you could discover one of these proofs and become...
A lot of space for refugees here.
Senior.
Just the Order is more concerned with the idea of helping people than actually doing anything about it.
Have an intellectually stimulating day.
Elegant. Gold. Good disquisitions to you all, and good day.
And now, constructually compelling yet categorically veracious statements regarding products researched and designed to increase energy, efficiency, creativity, and focus.
Healthy food can be grown in soil, but even healthier food can be grown in a laboratory. 100% Fab-Rich. Our Fab-Rich packaging is as airtight as any proved by the charismatic mathematician.
How did your hypothesis about
You're not
the
going to
flowers
be a problematic variable.
I suppose I could spare 0.004% of my daily cycle to say hello.
Study witticism to confer to colleagues at break time. The universal equation should maturate more rapidly and solve its own problem.
Keep your digits where I can see them.
Predictive playlists are already aware of which song follows. Interested in receiving our weekly selection of mathematical clues? Visit your local predictory.
Lift access is currently restricted. Keep moving.
Only security personnel. At this time, residents of Laplace's garden are not permitted beyond this point.
Agent, over here.
You. I don't know who you are. But if you thought it wise to bring a cultist into the heart of Order territory, you are deeply foolish. I have not the slightest theory as to how you bypassed our guards. But if it was through violence, be assured, it will be returned exponentially. Explain. Now. Whatever your circumstance, words alone will not gain my trust. And if you do not gain my trust, you shall not gain that of the Order, which I expect is what you desire. There is a cultist-centric issue the Order needs resolved. I suspect you are capable of doing such. If you are not, I cannot trust you, and certainly cannot allow you to see Ruth.
If these cultists are suffering the same affliction of being traitorous curs as the others seem to be, then I look forward to killing them.
My task is this. A myriad of cultists have taken over the settlement of Newton, which is a nearby site of historical but not strategic significance. I want them gone. Once there was a bridge stretching from the settlement to the archive, but it was destroyed by a rift. Best keep your distance should you travel there.
As much as I'd welcome the bloodshed, it may be wise for me to avoid members of the Dawn until I get their treachery sorted.
I'll withhold my appreciation until this task is complete. May you act within the equation's confines. always find I work best when undistracted. One could say I find the cultist at Newton quite the interruption to my focus. Now, how might we be of use to one another?
Broadcasting cognitive resonance across Arcadia, this is Grand Plan Wireless. Accomplished colleagues, please clear the next 1.7 minutes of your academic calendar for a compact dissertation on current events from Presiding Bishop Ruth Bassar.
Fellow Ascendants, it is not hyperbole to state we live in perilous times for scientism. Spatial anomaly. In cursive corporatists, our divisive division from the Protectorate. Not an ideal course of events, yet none represents the peril of which I speak. We cannot choose our trials, only predict them and prepare. We have done both with usual efficiency. Our greatest enemy is distraction. We must not let events outside our control divide our attention, or we risk incongruence with the grand plan. That way lies chaos. We are the Order. We cannot control misfortune's ebb and flow, but we can predict it with reasonable precision, as if tracking the tides or charting the shoals. Embrace rational thought, stick to the plan, and unlike our emotional Protectorate brethren, the fair winds of scientism will carry us to ascension.
Keep put, much is left to come. And now, more music to perform advanced calculations by.
Torpificator at ready status.
Soldier, please assess your pain on a variable scale of 1 to 100, with 1 being entirely pain-free and 100 being the worst pain.
You know, you strike me as someone with a very small body of published work.
How you compensate us for our goodwill? Petty theft.
Please, don't distract me from my more pressing distractions.
Please don't take me on a co-tangent.
Then how did you sleep? Decidedly horrible. If it was any colder, I'd be dead. And those Protectorate loudspeakers playing all night remind me of the schism days. I've been hearing them in my dreams.
Traveling at the velocity of light through the vacuum of space on our primary band, this is Grand Plan Wireless, the informed, sourced, peer-reviewed sound of scientism. And now presenting the Department of Research and Inquiry's analysis of our Arcadian cohabitators, specifically Antis Choice, with a focus on their shortcomings. It is a straightforward thesis. A corporate transactional society inevitably suffers from dissatisfaction and fracturing among the population. For empirical evidence, Exhibit A, their products refinement center and chemical plant on Praetor. Occupied early in the corporate version of that in-house...
Sir, the extra food drop has landed somewhere else.
Get us to sequence summation. It's Fibonacci from Liber
You have tuned your receiver to Grand Plan Wireless. We verify before we amplify.
Ascendant anti-morbidic soda. None of the calories with none of the flavor.
From the Order of the Ascendant. Humorous hot beverage mug text recently observed, scienticians seek safety in numbers and enlightenment. Avid followers of our predictive playlists are already aware of which song follows. Interested in receiving our weekly selection of mathematical clues? Visit your local predictory.
Yeah. Yeah.
2.7
Yeah.
Kelvin, it truly equals. The very fact we found each other boggles the can count on you. You can count on me.
With a golden ratio,
Geometric harmony. When our theories are challenged,
when we stand up peer review,
you can count on me, and I can count on you. Colleagues can be cold, but academia's always true.
why use double entendres when sextuple ones will do?
You taught me scientismic ways, even Sears did not foresee.
Two heavenly bodies never had rest.
Shot by fluids through one.
I seriously question the structural integrity of that bridge. Proceeding to attack. Energy capacitor out. Energy is up for grabs. Go for torpification. Before it discharges. Let's weapons prime!
Next, noticed few data validating or repudiating our forecasts and relevant informational details for As determined, you're listening to Grand Plan Wireless, where transpiring events, philosophical profundities, informed insight into the future, and also music. Prepare for profundity. Moments at hand for another installment of Ask Vigor with Vigor Exile. A listener asks, why did the Order split from the Protectorate? Well, this is certainly a well-worn question. Must be from a fresh Auntie's Choice convert or the like.
Oh, always eager to cover old ground for a new student. The principal reason for our schism, of course, is the Protectorate's abandonment of reason. Or more specifically, their warping of the Matriarch's vision. Idealism rooted in scientism. Presiding Bishop Ruth Bassar recognized this early. Empirical evidence was copious. We parted ways with the Protectorate just as Auntie's Choice began their invasion of Arcadia. Invasion, we predicted, yet it took our Protectorate colleagues by surprise. Clear proof the Sovereign had lost sight of the grand plan, that he'd become encumbered by delusions of godhood, distracted by grief and sadness. He failed to foresee the real threat of corporate incursion, while his council increased the browbeating of their subjects into ideological submission. Regardless of the grand plan, in the original vision, the Protectorate was lost. We did not abandon them. They abandoned the plan.
Keep put. What is left to come. And now, more music to perform advanced calculations by.
Here!
How many digits in
The Oracle Laureate hoped that sending me into desolation would mend what he saw as wounds in my mind. The first few weeks were horrible. Grief dogging my every step. Nightmares of my murdered colleagues. But then, the nightmares began to ease. and the grief ebbed away. What replaced them is emptiness. The Order speaks of humanity becoming something
I have nothing
more,
to say.
but their
Unless you want to
words
discuss
are
the inverse of
insufficient
the plank.
speculation.
In which case, I'll talk your
nothing
ear off.
more to be. Only dust and death, and the rifts await us. Those rifts, I find the absolute annihilation they offer oddly soothing. Perhaps I will make one last pilgrimage. One last journey on the path from nothing to nowhere.
Am I? Four, 4, 5, 9.